Today we are going to be testing the GoPro 8 Black and the GoPro Hero 9, make a comparison and see what we think. And yeah, it's a pretty day, why not do it?
Let's see. So this is linear mode on both cameras. This is the wide mode on both cameras.
This is the super view in both cameras.
You can see the Hero 9 is slightly more cropped in on this mode than the Hero 8 because the Hero 8 does not have boosted stabilization in Super View.
So here you can see the narrow view on the GoPro 9 and it's not available in 4K 30 on the GoPro 8. This is probably due to the large 5K sensor that's available, and it can crop in a lot more and probably a faster processor, but it gives more of a traditional camera view rather than your typical GoPro super wide view.
And hey guys, it's awesome to see yourself on the GoPro Hero 9 with this little screen, but you do not have that on the GoPro 8 Black.
So one of the main improvements on the GoPro Hero 9 compared to the GoPro Hero 8 is in the stabilization. The stabilization is actually pretty similar, as we'll see, but the but there's something called horizon leveling. So when you're walking and you move it from side to side, as you can see, the Hero 8 actually moves from side to side, but if you enable horizon leveling on the Hero 9, it keeps a stable horizon. Now, there are limits to this. So if you turn it too far, then you can see it jolts. There we go, and it jolts. But if you're just moving it from side to side a bit, you have a pretty stable horizon on the GoPro Hero 9.
One takeaway from the footage we can see is that in lower light the stabilization does cause a fair amount of motion blur. This unfortunately is a common issue with electronic image stabilization systems, and GoPro has not yet found a good solution for it yet. Let's test stabilization with some running in the forest. The Hero 9 is in linear view with horizon leveling enabled. Because of the low light, the Hero 8 actually looks better to me in this mode. This is linear view again, but with the horizon leveling off on both cameras. The Hero 8 still seems to be slightly better in this low light. Is it just me? This is wide view on both. Excuse the water on the lens. This is super view mode. Boost is not available on the Hero 8 for this mode, but it is available for the Hero 9. This is walking with boost available on the Hero 9. One may even suggest that the stabilization on the Hero 9 is a little worse of the Hero 8 in low light. Low light is where the electronic image stabilization really falls apart, and where it's beneficial to have optical or post-processed gyro-based stabilization. Here you can see the dynamic range for both cameras. Excuse the raindrops again. Both perform well in my view. Let's take a look at 5K downscaled on the Hero 9 versus 4K on the Hero 8. Super View is not available in 5K, which is a little bit disappointing, but I can live with it. This is 5K downscaled to 4K on the Hero 9 and 4K on the Hero 8. The 5K Hero 9 picture does look slightly more detailed, or at least less grainy, along with yellower hues. In my view, the detail difference isn't that drastic in this low light. What are your thoughts? Can you notice the difference between the 5K and the 4K? I will try to perform this comparison in future videos in brighter light. Let's zoom in more. Here we can notice the difference a little bit more. The Hero 9 on the left definitely is a little bit more detailed. However, I would say this is a minor improvement and is not worth justifying shelling out approximately $150 more on this later model. The main differentiator between the two GoPros for me at this stage is the front-facing camera and the option to slow down footage within a time warp to normal speed. This allows you to swap between time warp and normal footage without stopping recording. Now, let's do some audio tests.
This is the audio of GoPro Hero 9. This is the audio of the GoPro Hero 8. This is the audio of my lav mic.
Let's do some slow motion tests. Here is some 4K 60 frames per second slow motion tests. Unfortunately, the Hero 9 does the same max of 60 frames per second in 4K as does the Hero 8. It would have been nice if GoPro had really bumped it up to 120 frames per second in 4K for the Hero 9. 5K on the Hero 9 maxes out at 30 frames per second. You can record in 120 and 240 frames per second on both cameras in HD resolution. In the 240 frames per second, we notice how dark and low quality the images are. You really need to be filming in lighter conditions if you want to take advantage of these higher frame rates. Here's some 120 frames per second on both cameras. It still suffers from low quality and darker images in low light, but certainly more usable than the 240 frames per second in low light. The Hero 9 does seem to be performing better than the Hero 8. The new 5K sensor is likely larger, allowing more light to be captured.
That's it, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope it was informative enough. If you did like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for future reviews on other cameras.
And more on these cameras.
And more on these cameras. So see you guys on the next one.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.